This episode of the NicheMemes Podcast is brought to you in affiliation with NordVPN. Stick around until the end of the podcast and find out how you can get 4 months free and save 68% off NordVPN. God, I hate this opening.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Gonna edit that out.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Welcome.
I'm going to officially announce it now.
What?
Despite not all 4 people being here, we now have 4 hosts again officially. Poss is our new 4th host, officially for season 2.
Right.
So, yeah. Poss is here. Poss is here to stay. I hope you guys like Poss, because we got a whole lot of Poss.
Okay, the room doesn't smell that bad once you get used to it.
Hey!
It's a possum. What do you expect?
They probably smell real good.
Speaking of smelling
Have you
bad,
ever smelled a
I know you
possum?
have some stories that might be about bad smelling stuff from a place you used to work at. I'd love to hear.
What? I don't want to start with a story. Don't put that on me. You start.
Fine. Okay, I got a story.
You just expect me to come on and start stories
Where's your
right away?
camera? Why
Yeah,
am I
they're
the one
hosts.
with the camera on? Why is Gumby the only thing waving in the
Oh
background?
God! Listen. I ordered a cable for my camera, but it got unordered. Like Amazon canceled the order, so I had to reorder it. I'll have one next episode, but I
You said
do
the last
have a
episode.
story.
I just look like plain
do
poo. That's why I don't got
ha-
mine on.
You what?
I
I have a
look
story.
like
I have a story.
plain poo.
You don't
Go
look
ahead, Cam.
like poo. You're not green and
God.
shaped like a log.
I have a story.
Yes, Cam, please, Cam, hit us with this story.
So the other day I was scrolling through my Twitter feed, and I follow a Twitter account called BlogTO, which just kind of talks about shit in Toronto, obviously. And I saw this headline. It said, "Coffee shop closes down," and it had this picture of like latte art on it, and I'm like, huh. I used to work in a coffee shop. I wonder if it's them. And I opened it up, and lo and behold, it was them. So today is a story about latte art, about deceit, about lies.
Don't make it sound
What
like this
more
is
can you
some
put in a
like
coffee, guys?
underground.
I thought lattes,
like
as someone who doesn't have lattes, I thought lattes were like coffee with a bit of cream and a bit of sugar.
Coffee is really just the bones of ground up children that.
So what the heck are you putting in there? Are you
harvested
putting
it?
Are you putting? How do you get lies and deceit in a coffee? Like, what are they
Alright,
putting
so-
in there?
Cam
This
can't just
dates
say
back to-
lies and deceit. It's not his fault that he can't work in fast food. It's a very hard job.
I wasn't even given the chance. So here's how this goes.
Let's
This
go to
was
the
about
the history of this place.
This was like 2018, and it was right as I was moving out of the house with the basement goblin in it and into the place where I currently live.
Going up in the
So
wall,
I-
see.
Yeah, I had to commute down to this interview like 45, 50 minutes or something ridiculous like that to get to it. And this was also about 2 months after the job I'd been working at. It was at a TV show that got canceled 2 weeks in. So I was I was doing like freelance work all kind of over the place. So it's like, I would know about a month ahead of time and be able to reschedule stuff through that. So I went down to this interview for this coffee shop, and I let them know that I have other jobs that are more important to me, and that if they were going to hire me on, that it would be, I would take responsibility for rescheduling stuff, but that would be a thing. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, that sounds great. And otherwise the interview was like perfectly normal. It was like, oh, do you like coffee, blah, 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 all this, the regular stuff for an interview.
What?
So I end up getting...
Wait. I kind of zoned out for a second. Regular stuff for an interview. Hey man, what's your favorite kind of fucking coffee?
Yeah, like,
If you don't have a favorite kind of coffee, if you don't know the exact Colombian coffee bean that you like, the exact strain, we're gonna have a problem.
I mean,
I just said, I don't really drink coffee, but...
did they ask you like if you like coffee?
Yeah, they're like, what kind of coffee do you like? Do you normally have coffee? I'm like, I drink coffee black and that kind of stuff and all that. Like, I'm not really a coffee snob.
Ooh.
So it was like, they asked you like what your favorite kind of coffee was, and then just like random shit about like work and all that stuff to get
the
you know
other
you and all
questions
that.
didn't even matter. You already failed.
No, because they hired me on. I didn't even drink coffee at the time, and they still hired me on. So I go to the training, and like we get through all the training, all this stuff, and this is like, this coffee shop is right in the middle of like where two streetcars meet, and it was like super, like pretentious, and like it's about the coffee, but it's also about the experience. And they're going on about like we went through a day of coffee training, which ended in us having to take a written test about what we learned about coffee and the coffee art and the art of making coffee. So we go to this place. And it had really...
Hold on. You act like this is all like, oh my god, I can't believe that they made me do this. But like, you actually
No.
kind of need to like know this stuff. Like, I had to take tests when I started my fast food job, and
well, it's just kind of knowing the menu and how to make the stuff on the menu if you're in the kitchen.
Yeah, there was theory. There was theory.
Yeah, like, wait, there wasn't just recipes like.
No.
This
We learned how to like
with this.
We learned how to like pour espresso and that kind of stuff,
Okay,
which was
that's
like fine. It's like that's normal. But then there was like coffee theory. Like we had to learn about the ethics of coffee, which I was not expecting on my Monday morning.
The ethics of... So, we realized that ordering bags of coffee beans from the Amazonian areas was too dangerous. So ethically, because they used child slavery to make those coffee beans, we had to completely avoid it. So we went further up the Central Americas to Colombia, where we actually get all of the naturally grown Colombian coffee beans, but we have no clue what's actually happening there. So we just feel ethically more moral, like.
That was basically the gist of it, and it was It felt like 5 hours of like Tim Hortons and McDonald's getting shit on for having their dark roast is just the stuff that they sweep up off the ground and then they double roast it and they call it dark roast.
Man.
But it's really been on the ground. I'm like, what? I don't care about this. I just want to learn how to make a cup of coffee.
That place needs to work on their roasts.
Oh, God.
So we go through the training of it all, and it's fine, and it's like we're like a week out from like the opening of the shop, and I have helped like along with the people that they also hired on getting stuff set up, getting like all the stuff stocked in, all the glasses cleaned and all that stuff. And then I get a text message from the lady who owns the place, and she said, I've been thinking about it, and it just doesn't seem like you're committed to the coffee. And I'm like, excuse me? She's like, I just don't think you like coffee enough, I'm like, I mean, I told you this was just a part-time job for me. I'll serve a good cup of coffee, but you don't expect me to devote my life to...
Cam, you need commitment.
To being a barista.
You need commitment.
That's what she said. She's like, we're looking for people that want to be lifetime baristas. I'm just like, what? We're looking for, like...
The only problem I have with that is they're looking for lifetime committed people that want to be baristas.
For life.
In a city that you can't survive on a barista wage.
Yeah.
I mean, you could if you want to live in a dumpster.
Yeah,
I don't even think you could live in a dump off a barista's
a
paycheck,
dumpster,
to be honest.
You can buy yourself
this is
food
true.
and sleep
This
in the
is true.
dumpster.
Well, that sounds like a possum's life, right?
Yeah. Maybe
does.
I should be a barista.
Well, I don't know if they had any possums in the back, but when I was leaving, I know they had wanted to do a secret back patio and then make their own in-house rum. Because, they were so committed to coffee that they wanted to do a million other things with it. Long story short, once they finally went into business, I'm like, shit. Like, I'm reading all this stuff they're doing, and it's like, making our in-house rum. And, like, they were selling coffee for, like, the cheapest thing on the menu was $5. I'll mind you. Like, so they're doing in-house rum. They're doing barbecues in this secret back patio that is right by, like, 2 major intersections where it's just going to smell like piss.
That's a secret.
That is the secret formula. Anyway, so I just remember looking at this article and thinking, well, I guess they weren't committed enough to the coffee to stick around. What a shame.
Committed to coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, speaking of committed, I have actually been not dreading, looking forward to this day.
Your engagement?
No. That was even funnier. That was a funny story, but we're not for today.
Story, Mark.
I've actually been looking forward to a thing called jury duty.
You got jury
No,
duty?
There it is.
I haven't, but I want to. I want it so bad. Jury duty, you only get if you have a full-time job, and it blows my mind how much fun that would be. So picture this. Everyone hates jury duty. Because, like, what do you have to do? You have to go down to a court, you have to sit in a courthouse and just
Do you
listen
get paid?
to people talk and bitch. And, you know,
That man stabbed my wife.
yeah, like
He's
like
just bitching
you just
about
have to
it.
listen. You have to listen to evidence. You have to get you have to be involved in a case.
That sounds like fun.
How many people watch detective shows? Bruh, you're literally deciding the fate of that person. Why wouldn't you? And like, let's look at the perks of jury duty. You don't have to go to work for the day. You get a paid day.
Do you get paid?
Yeah, you get paid.
You get paid by the city. It's not like
Oh.
if you get paid more than like the
Yo,
amount
sign
they
me up,
pay,
boy.
it's not worth it, right? So you work full time, and you, let's say, I think it ends up being like $20 an hour or something like that. So if you work full time for less than that, yeah, absolutely, go to jury duty. It's worth it. But if you get paid a lot more than that, it's like, why am I getting paid?
It's a
for
waste of time
half
and
it?
money.
Like, yeah, right. But I would love to go for jury duty because I think logically, I'm a fair person. I could follow every law given to me, and I would ask every question of everyone there. Period. Done.
I don't think the jurors are allowed to ask questions.
No, because
Your Honor?
no, none of that.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I have a question.
If it comes down to the jury to make the decision, the jury has to confide with everybody and come up with a decision of who, if let's say the defendant is guilty or innocent. And you have to go through every law, and you have to sit there and like you get paid lunches and paid dinners if it goes on. Like those things, I think would be a blast. You get to meet a bunch of random people and be like hanging out, and then like
Sounds
everyone's
awful.
like half the people are like, "Oh man, that guy's guilty," and you go,
Your Honor,
I don't
what do you think
know.
about that?
I think they're innocent,
That's
and then you go through the evidence, and you have to like, you basically have to debate if this guy is innocent or guilty. That would be awesome. You have because like it's the way it works is you have to have 100% like no doubt in your mind, 100% like confidence.
Where did this come from?
And like nobody has 100% confidence on anything anymore. No one does. Like,
What are you talking
think
about?
about people that-
What are you talking about? I'm just gonna buy you Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney to just fulfill your need to be a juror.
Objection!
Is this
Yeah,
why
there
it
you
takes
go.
us so long to play Phasmophobia? Because you're like, well, I don't really know if it's a mayor. I don't really know.
Is the ghost
Your
guilty?
Honor?
Is it not?
No,
Your Honor, I don't know if he killed this man. No one saw it.
In Phasma, we're looking for 3 pieces of evidence, and we have to use other exterior
We only need
knowledge
2.
to figure out what it is. If there's reasonable doubt, I'm gonna go fucking question it. You know, like why not? Like
Fair enough.
That's just how it works. I would love to get the letter that's like, hey, by the way, your entire day this day, jury duty. See you downtown. Bro, what
Taking a day out of your life.
What if I get taken out by the mafia? This would be wild.
I feel like Jacob would be really excited to get that letter, and then the case he goes in for is like someone's accused of stealing someone else's bike, and he's there for a week straight, and it's just like, he stole my bike. No, I didn't.
No, it'll be a traffic court.
Yeah.
Someone ran a red light and they dispute it.
That would be a blast because I gotta sit there and go like this.
No, watch,
You're
it'll
trying
turn
to
into
fight-
some
You're trying
crazy
to fight-
twisting and turning murder mystery.
In my head, it'd be like, he's trying to
Nah,
fight
Jacob
a
would enjoy that
goddamn
too
red
much.
light camera.
Oh my god.
Dude, that'd
Pause.
be awesome.
I want to hear your stories from that thrift shop you used to work at though, because I know you have a few.
A few.
Ooh.
Every day is a story. Every day.
You still work there?
No. I
No,
got
no.
How is
fired.
every day a story?
Every day I worked there was a story. Okay, I'd come home, I'd be like, I can't believe this happened today. I don't even know, like, where to begin.
What's the like dumbest thing you ever had happen there?
Dumbest thing.
Well, just tell. You know what? Pick a day. Just pick a day that you remember working at that store.
Um. Uh. All right. Okay. The first thing that comes to mind is like I think probably the worst things that people ever donated. Um. I priced the clothing, so it would be like up on a rack, and I would have to go through it, and I had like a time limit for like each item. And apart from them being unwashed and um
That's
gross,
two.
that's like 4, I think.
So, wait,
Um,
did you guys wash them or no?
no, we didn't watch them. Of course, we didn't watch them because most of the stuff just gets thrown out, or not
Oh,
thrown out, but
okay. No, I mean
recycled.
like
Sorry,
the stuff you're keeping.
the stuff we're keeping. No, it doesn't because we go through such a like a sheer volume of items. Because it was like a bigger thrift store. Our store was massive. But we would get like sometimes I would get clothing, and if it had like a name tag like printed off onto it, I knew that that came from a funeral home, from someone who died. Or not a
What?
funeral home.
No.
What are those
If there
things?
was a
An old
name
age
on
home?
it?
Yeah, they would have like the person's name on it because that's how they keep track of it in like what are they, old age homes? What are those things called?
Care homes.
Retirement home.
A
Care
retirement
homes.
home. So I knew that I was handling a dead person's clothes. Um, sometimes I think whenever it was the summer and we were like I had to price like shorts, I always knew with the female shorts you always gotta check in the crotch.
Ugh.
'Cause just I don't know what it is with women, but it just, Shark Week.
Eh.
Shark Week.
I
Sure.
Oh.
I know we get a lot of like older men's dress pants that just why y'all gotta pee in them? Why y'all get piss in them?
Who pisses in dress pants?
Old men. It's you guys. Um
I'm 22.
Ultra then. Um
Ultra's younger than me.
What else? Oh, I know like this one time, I don't know why people would decide to donate like their lingerie and stuff. Um, excuse
What?
me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa. What?
Yeah, people are like, you know what? I have this lingerie. I don't know. I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna donate it to said thrift store.
People in need. I'm gonna donate my lingerie to people in need. Let me tell you, I've had a lot of good times in these undergarments, but I feel that other people would have better use out of them than I would.
Yeah, I don't need these anymore. I'm just gonna donate them. Sometimes we could get like actually like really nice stuff like with the like price tag still on them. But other times I got this like 80s like women's lingerie piece that was just covered in Goopy Goop. Just absolutely covered.
You're gonna have to censor that. I don't think anyone can hear that.
Goopy Goop?
No, stop.
Yeah, it was.
That could be your new copyrighted
Goopy Goop.
Goopy Goop.
Yeah, start putting that in Jack's stream chat.
Goopy Goop.
Goopy Goop.
Oh.
No, Stinkstock is my thing. It's mine.
No, Jack copyrighted it
No,
already.
he didn't.
You want to see the legal agreement on that one?
Whoa. We'll get into
We'll take this.
Stinkstock
We'll take this
after.
to court, and I'll be
We'll
the
get-
jury,
we'll get into
the judge,
Stinkstock
and the
afterwards.
executioner.
I remember this other time, like we got this like one piece, like it was just like a whole body suit, And I remember like bringing it over to my coworker, and she like held it up and she put it down. She looks at me and she goes, "This smells like shit. There's
Oh
human
no.
feces on this." And that wasn't like a rare occurrence. They would just consistently poop on things, poop and pee. And it like
Ugh.
I had to hit a quota there. Like I had a time limit. And so if I was wearing gloves, like I couldn't feel the fabrics and I would price things wrong and then I would get in trouble. So I was doing this always like with my bare hands.
Ah! Ah! Bleh.
Minimum wage worker, just touching pee poo 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 all day.
Why? Okay.
Boss, you were regularly
PSA
doing poo-poo
PSA
pee-pee
to
checks.
everybody out
Every day
there.
I'd walk into work and go, "Hey yo, pee pee poo poo check."
We're gonna have an understanding here, everybody. It's really important, and I wish Jack was here for this so he could join in. If you ever piss yourself, shit yourself,
Throw it out.
or get anything on clothing, throw it out. No,
Yeah, get rid of it.
Wash it, or just wash it in a washing machine. Don't donate it because no one else wants it.
If you're donating your clothes, like at least wash it, give it a nice fold, put it into a bag, wash it with like unscented, I know this is asking a lot, but like unscented washing detergent.
Yeah, that ain't happening. Just wash it in water. Don't put detergent in it. Just fuck it up.
Even that, like, just do something other than like,
the bare minimum.
I know my one friend worked like in receiving like the donations, and he told me the one day that this woman came out and it was like a really hot summer's day, and the city that I was living in is just incredibly humid in the summer. And he said that this woman pulled up, she opens her trunk, she goes, "Yeah, it's just the stuff in the back." Like she doesn't even get out to like pull it out or anything. And then my friend goes, "Is that everything?" And she goes, takes her flip-flops off, hands them to him, and she goes, "That's all," and drives off.
Why?
Her sweaty ass flip-flops.
I
Fresh
love
off
how
her
shit
You
feet.
know
you
that's
think about it,
illegal,
too.
right?
What?
You're not
Chemical
supposed
warfare.
to. It's illegal to drive without footwear.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Not in Ontario.
Yeah, no,
maybe
yeah,
in
it is.
Saskatchewan.
No, it is.
No,
It is illegal to drive without footwear.
No, it's not. Not in Ontario.
Pull up the law.
I'm gonna do that right now.
I'm pretty sure
please,
that it's
put
not
it
illegal
over-
because I have
like,
done it
when
before.
you edit this, put it over wherever your screen is and look it up. I am like 85% sure that is a law.
Jeez. Oh, driving with bare feet is illegal. Nowhere in the Ontario Highway Traffic Act does it say driving barefoot is illegal.
Boom!
Being able to feel the pedals and how much pressure you apply to them is important to safe driving. Then soled shoes are best for driving. Yeah, I guess it's not illegal in Ontario.
I prefer to drive
That's
without shoes, to be honest.
That's fucked. That's
Which
right.
is gross, but like,
Hey, yeah,
don't
I'm
like it.
just gonna drive my car. Hey, is there anything else I want to donate? Yeah, can I donate these like fucking pedals in my car? I've been sweating all over them
I don't
for,
need
like,
these.
a week.
I don't need
Like,
these anymore.
I want to get new ones. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, she's
I once
gone.
pissed myself in this car, and like I could wash the seat, but I couldn't wash the pedals. Like, please, it went down my leg.
People just.
What was the weirdest thing? Oh,
the
go ahead,
weirdest
go ahead.
thing? That I've ever like.
Yeah, what was the weirdest thing that ever got donated?
Probably someone donated their. Ooh, what's that like V word where you stuff dead animals?
The word?
Okay, wait.
I'm thinking of the word ventriloquism, but I know it's not
Oh,
that.
taxidermy.
Taxidermy. Someone donated their taxidermy dog. And I remember our manager walking around with it because no one really knew if it was real or not. So we always went to like our big boss to be like, is this real? She would be like, yeah or no, because she had worked there for so long. And I remember my one coworker picked it up. And he was just holding it and he was walking around and kind of parading with it. And our one manager comes back and she goes, yeah, it's real. It's a
Oh
dead
no!
dog. and he's just holding it, and he looks at his hands and he puts it down. He goes, "Today's not a good day." Just holding a dead dog. People used to donate like their
Oh,
bongs and like dildos.
I can see a lot of dildos getting donated, and as soon as you get them, they're
dildos
gone.
is
A
weird,
lot of
but like
gone.
dildos, butt plugs,
yeah.
just like anything that you can imagine that someone would donate to a thrift store, it's been donated. Sometimes it gets priced even. I know sometimes we used to price bongs in
Okay, that's
That's
whatever,
relative.
right?
That's like
You clean
normal
them, you can
enough.
clean them
well,
out
no,
and get
like
rid of
that's
them, right?
like we're not supposed to, but I think they would like price it under like lamps or something, or vases, sorry. They would price it as a vase, because I mean, technically it could be a
I
vase.
guess you could use it as a vase. No, but I guess like there's nothing quite as weird as someone donating their taxidermied dog.
Yeah.
Like
Who
like imagine who would buy that? Like
No,
imagine
no.
walking into a thrift store.
Who would have so much lack of emotion to donate their dead dog?
An old
Dog.
person. It was probably an old
No.
person. I'm telling you, them old
I
people
bet
whack in that
I bet it
store.
wasn't even that. I bet it was like the grandkid of an old
Oh,
person,
probably.
and the old person passed away, and they're like,
Yeah,
what
the
do
old
I do
person
with this
bit the dust.
That's
taxidermy
probably what,
dog?
because yeah, we used to get like huge loads of like, even if someone was like moving houses, they would just like pull up in their moving truck and be like, "Hey guys, I have an entire truck for you." We'd be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let me just move an entire truck while
Jesus.
we have other customers popping up."
Fuck. This bothers me, and I feel like I'm more of a hoarder than I am a donator. But I would not like. I gotta tell you, there is like a clothes donation bin that I can like drop clothes off at, like probably like 7 blocks away from my house, and I can tell you right now, I have a bin upstairs with clothes that I'm just like, I'll put it on one day, and I'm like, I don't like this shirt, it doesn't fit me right, and I'll just throw it into this bin. And I know at the end of the day, like the end of like the month or whatever, I'll pack up a bag of it and I'll just go donate it.
That's fine.
Good way to do it.
That's what I like. That's how I donate it. But I don't go out of my way and be like, oh man, like I have this coffee mug here. I don't like the coffee mug anymore. What do? Do I just donate it? No.
Well,
I
yeah.
got this used box of Tic Tacs I'm not going to use. I'll donate
I'll
that.
throw it out. Like either I throw it out because it's garbage, it's not worth anything.
Well, okay,
Or
the
I
thing
save
with
it for a garage sale or like
yeah.
give it to a friend or something. Like,
Yeah, the thing with I think thrift stores is a lot of people see it more as kind of like a garbage dump more than anything. Because I have opened up bags and it's just like rotten bananas, and pretty
Oh.
sure like we've opened up bags of like stuff with like cat litter and poop in it.
How
Like
how
Oh.
long did you work at one of these places?
a year and 2 months before I got fired for my attendance. Wait,
You know,
oh my
hearing
God.
that it was your attendance that got you fired makes me feel better.
Do you want to know what's really funny? I just remembered this story. Because, okay, I had this memory pop up on my Snapchat today, and it was a photo of me at the hospital. And
oh, fun.
no, okay. I remember I was at work, and I would tell them, because when we would put the price tags onto like the clothing and whatnot, like we had a little area for it. And some people were just really slow at like tagging the price tags onto it, or like people who were bringing the clothes out onto the floor were just slow as hell. So we would get like a backup, and there would be these like little pieces of plastic that would fall onto the floor after you were done like tagging like a rack. And so sometimes, because the racks would have like clumps of hair in the wheels and whatnot, if it rolled over these pieces of plastic, it would tip over a little bit. So you had to be careful. And the area where I was tagging was just like overflowed. Like there was way too many racks. It wasn't safe. I had told managers that day, I was like, there's too many. Like, you guys, you need to tell them to go and roll stuff. Didn't listen to me. Of course, they never listened to me. Anyways, so someone comes in and they just like shove their rack right in to be tagged. I'm standing there. So I try to pull the rack in front of me towards me a little bit more. I'm already squished in between these clothes. It's a full ass rack. It's heavy as hell. Probably weighs like over 100 pounds.
So it fell on you.
It fell on me, and I'm
Oh.
panicking. I also have like a needle gun in my hand.
Oh, no!
I'm panicking.
Whoa, whoa!
I try to grab
Okay.
onto this rack that's falling on me.
Can we take a minute? I know exactly. I see you said needle gun. It's like, oh yeah, it's the thing that puts those fucking security tags on.
Yeah.
I got that. But in my head, I pictured it. This fucking shitty clothing, fucking garbage clothing rack. You like, oh, I gotta fucking get this away from me. And you go to fucking push it or pull it, and it falls. And all of a sudden, you just see like the garbage clothing falling on you.
That's exactly what it was like.
You said needle. I thought like a heroin needle was hanging out. I was like, oh shit, it's bad. Go
No,
get
the
out of there.
heroin
Get
needles
out of
are
there.
they're in the bathrooms. Don't
Danger,
worry.
danger.
But it falls on me, and I try and, grab it to save it. I fall back, hit my head on the rack behind me,
Oh my god.
and then everyone, is running over and trying to like get it up. It gets stuck on a different rack. It's just a mess. There's clothes on the floor. They haven't been tagged yet, so no one knows what's going on. It has to be
Shit
repriced.
everywhere.
Just an absolute mess. And I'm like, hey guys, I hit my head and my head hurts. And they're like, okay, we're gonna have to write up an incident report. I'm like,
Yeah.
well,
Sounds
actually, no, they didn't say we have to write up an incident report. I just assumed that because I hit my head and head injuries are very, serious.
You know,
Well,
yeah.
actually, technically, at most places, even if you get a paper cut,
You're supposed to write up an injury report.
Yeah.
And so, maybe like 20 minutes later, my manager comes over and she has like this bike helmet that someone donated it, and she gave it to me like as a joke. And she's like, she was like, she was incredibly European. So she goes, oh, got this for you. You need to stop hurting yourself. And I'm like, okay, thanks. And then
it's like Polish mother
she was
energy
Polish.
right there. Comes in and goes,
You need to stop hurting yourself.
please don't hurt yourself.
The way she always every time she talked to me, she go, Marina. I'd be like, yes. Anyways, so then another like 5 minutes goes by, and they call me into the office. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be an incident report. They wrote me up. I got a write-up.
What?
I got a
What?
write-up.
Why? What?
Because I was working unsafely. Because the way that I pulled the rack towards me was considered unsafe because I was supposed to hold it one hand at the front and one hand on the top. And the way that I pulled it towards me was two hands at the top. So they wrote me up. So then the next day I come into work, I'm
You should just
pissed.
fucking quit on the spot.
Yeah, the
No, you
next
should have told the customer to do it so they could sue the next day.
so
Listen, you want big bucks?
oh, big bucks. Next day I come in. Also, mind you, this is on the 27th of December. I just had like my nice 4 days off for Christmas. I'm like fresh back at work. And so that was on the 27th of December. I come into work the next day and I'm like normally looking at screens the whole day. And I have this wicked headache. And I'm like, okay, I hit my head. I'm okay, but I'm gonna go home because I had
You have a concussion.
I go to work the day after that. And my head freaking hurts, and I say, oh, I might have a concussion. I have to go to the hospital.
Brain kind of hurt.
Yeah, so it's like, it's cold as balls. And I'm like, busting my ass to the hospital. I've got sunglasses on. I'm just like sitting there. I spend I think I spent like 5 hours in the hospital. So a majority of my shift in the hospital. I bus back to work. I walk in and I'm like, hey, I have a concussion, so they're giving me a week off. Or the doctor said I have to take a week off. They go, okay. And they're pissed. They're pissed off at me. They're so mad, and I'm like, this is literally not my fault. And also, you guys wrote me up. Like, what do you
Yeah.
want from me? And
Oh
I
my God.
wish I didn't sign it. I think it was just because it's like I was sitting in the manager's office with two managers and like the like GM, and his
Holy
his
shit.
Hawkeye stare. I didn't want to be in there, so I was like, okay, I'll just sign this. Haha. Like, I'd been working there for like 4 months at that point. Anyways, so then I have a nice like week off, so I get like New Year's off. and that was fun. And then when I come back to work, they like have this big whole like safety meeting about how you're supposed to push the racks. And I literally I was so pissed. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me?" And the reason that they wrote me up, they were like, in the videos, they described this to you. I was like, "Oh yeah, the videos that I watched 4 months ago that I completely have retained all of the information from that."
Actually, to be fair, I mean, I've retained most of the information from the training videos I took.
I have as well, but I think a big part of like the job is when you watch other people doing it who have been there for a super long time, you pick up on what they're doing
Yeah.
a lot of the time. And like there was this one lady who worked there. Ooh, I hate her. But she was always like, if you did one thing wrong or something wasn't safe, she'd be like, "Hey." She was like this, ooh, I hate her.
Stop right there.
One time I ran over her foot and she like had this she had this big old
Boss is aggressive at work.
I didn't mean to. She had this like big old hissy fit.
Yeah, sure.
And I mean, I didn't mean to. I apologize. Also, like we're wearing shoes.
Just
and
because
it's
you
not
apologize doesn't mean you didn't mean to.
We're wearing shoes. It won't hurt as much.
Oh yeah, if she was barefoot though, that's illegal.
That's illegal, yeah. That's illegal in Ontario and 7 states.
Oh, but she made a big fuss. But like I've seen her walk around with 2 hands on the top bar instead of 1 hand on the top bar and 1 hand on the side bar. So you learn from watching other people do it. And also you
Yeah.
see management doing it with 2 hands on the top bar. So So then
Well, just imagine like a customer comes in and wants to move something, get a better look, and does that, and it falls on them. Like,
yeah, I know. But I remember like after that safety meeting, I put my hand up and I said, we have to make sure that we're sweeping the tagging area so that they don't fall. Because that's why the rack fell on me. They go, "Oh yeah, we'll make sure that we do that." Did they do it? No. No, they didn't. And I was just stuck there with the write-up.
Well,
goddamn.
You guys want to know what my coworker said to me the other day?
sure.
Yes.
It was like 2 days before Christmas, so this is on the 23rd of December, 2020. And I went to elementary school with this dude, and like was never really close with him, but like now that we work together, he acts like we're like buddy buddy. And he's just kind of creepy as fuck.
Oh no.
Anyways, so it was really busy, and I'm making my fun roast beef sandwiches at my job. And
Fun roast beef sandwiches.
Fun roast beef sandwiches.
Gumby, can I get your second opinion on this one?
it's not fun.
Well, there it is. Gumby said it.
It's not fun. But I'm just trying to work away. It's hot as balls in this store, and I hate it there, and it's just chaos. There's like 19 people working on a Wednesday night. That's too many people.
I got a really important question.
Yes, Jacob.
Pause. You said it's hot as balls.
Yep.
Do you know how hot balls can get?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
I feel like this is a male privilege situation.
Oh no, we're not getting into this.
I was sweating through my mask. Like it was gross. It was hot. And so my coworker goes, "You excited for Christmas?" And I reply, "Yeah." He goes, "Have you been a good girl this year?"
Go! Yikes!
I didn't reply. I walked away. I went to the back. I was like,
Have you been a good girl this year?
Good girl this year?
He's so creepy, and like I remember he like complimented one of my other coworkers, like, "You have some really nice thighs, and your natural scent is just really nice."
Stop! No! Stop! Okay, I got
The GM's daughter. That's what he said to the GM's daughter.
Yeah.
Gone. He should be gone.
He should be
let go right away.
Peace and love.
I'm sorry, this is just not working out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so apparently yesterday, the day that I had tweaked my back, a customer came in 3 different times and stole from us 3 different times.
What did they steal?
It was either yesterday or it was on the weekend. They came in 3 separate times and kept stealing. They stole, or they didn't. No one knew what they had. No one knew how many times they stole. They went into the cooler and they stole like ciders. They stole like an individual can of a cider and left. They stole a 2-liter bottle of like
Holy
Okanagan
shit!
cider. And I know you have to like mute that. Like they stole a 2-liter bottle.
Nah, I
of
won't.
cider.
I won't mute that. You're not being disparaging to the company.
They left the store, and not only did they they went outside, they chugged whatever they took.
Holy shit!
And like,
dude, the vodka goblins returned with a vengeance.
no, it wasn't even like it was ciders. Like, cool, you stole like basically a beer. Oh, I stole a beer.
Yeah.
I walked outside. I shotgun it. Go back inside. I grab another one. Oh, I down it. Go back inside. I take a fucking 2-liter of cider. He was in the parking lot, from what I've heard. He was drinking it and looking at people going, what you gonna do? Like,
dude, how the fuck do you move with that much cider in you?
Bro, like, looking at him, I'm like, okay, like, you took $25 worth
Yeah.
of merch. Like the bottle of cider, $14. You took 2 cans.
It's like $3 each.
$4 each, you know. That's $23. He took $22 to $23 worth of booze outside and was just drinking it outside our store in our parking lot. Looking at people driving around, going, what you gonna do? What? So he got. So this is where it gets fun. He is getting charged with theft under $1,000. But not because our cameras caught him. He actually stole from a perfect area that had no cameras.
Holy shit.
He was at a different store in the same shopping area and stole a jacket. And that store had perfect video coverage of it.
Jesus. The cider just didn't keep him warm. He needed to go get a jacket.
Who does, like, okay, if you're going to go into a store, if you're going to go into like a liquor store and you're going to steal something, why cider?
Yeah. Like there's a million different things that are infinitely better.
Many things that are more expensive. He stole 3 times and got $22 worth of stuff. That is $7.33 per trip.
It's the worst heist.
You can literally go inside and get 2 liters, right? 2 liters. You can get a 1.75 of vodka. And that alone is worth $50.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he could get like a Mickey of vodka. Those are like $15 here.
The Mickeys are right in front of customer service.
Ah, shit.
So you're not getting away with the Mickeys.
Well, now maybe he knew about your little loophole there with the cameras, and he was just
He's been scoping the place out.
Yeah, he's been casing the joint.
I don't think any of us have ever seen him before.
No, he's been good at his job. He's been disguised. Here's what happened.
This reminds me of
there's lore and there's anthology to this. It's all linked back to the vodka goblins. The vodka goblins weren't there just to steal the vodka. They were there casing out the joint for, what are we gonna call this guy? The cider bandit.
Cider bandit. I thought
yeah, there we go.
Oh, dude. Honestly, I think with the vodka goblin, he came back the next day or like 2 days later. He didn't he thought, oh, I came in, I got my vodka, I left. But he went for vodka. He got things that were actually like $20 a bottle. They got like 3 bottles of it. They actually had a good time. He came back with a new guy. They were ready to steal more shit. We called him out and we got rid of him. Like,
we took care of him. We buried him in the back.
Yeah, we took him around back. Shh.
You see that fresh asphalt? Yeah, you don't worry about it.
He was just shotgunning in the back.
Yeah,
he was shotgunning. We weren't shotgunning him. He was just shot.
No real shotguns were involved.
No, sorry guys. That was the automotive building behind us.
Yeah, it was backfire.
Some noisy cars here,
Oh man.
But yeah, like I honestly, like that kid came in, like the vodka goblin came in like a couple times. You're not wrong. This guy might have been a similar
Like I said, he's
fellas.
a man with a plan. A man
But all
with
he
a
went
plan.
for was cider. Like, what the...
Man's just loves cider.
Bro, like, just
He's
go
a cider
down
connoisseur.
the whiskey aisle and get yourself absolutely fucked so we don't have to deal with you anymore. Like, get yourself so fucked up. Don't just
Jesus Christ.
don't just take $22 worth of fucking cider and think, oh, I'm gonna come back for another good time.
I don't like this one. Gotta go in for a different one.
Sampling. He's going in and sampling. Oh my god.
No, he's like this. He's like this. Not worth it.
Nah.
I'm a cider
Puts it back half
connoisseur.
drank. Oh, yes, a nice cider.
Not too fond of this one.
He's sitting there. He goes up to the glassware. He grabs a flight taster. He's sitting in the cider aisle, just pouring it into flights. Oh, too crisp for my
He
liking.
kind of swishes it around his mouth,
No.
spits it back out. No.
Takes a sniff. Yes, hints of
Yeah, all
apple.
right. I'll give this one a 7.3.
Bit of pear.
Oh, this is called Arctic Raspberry. Let's give it a...
Let's get a...
Well, I've had raspberries, and I've had frozen raspberries. And this, my good sir, is nothing like either of them. I'd have to give it a 5.4. Like one of us
Sorry,
walks up,
God.
hey man, can we help you? No, none of this can help me.
I'm too far gone.
I'm a connoisseur cider bandit. You can't
Oh my God.
mess with me.
I think the cider bandit's a good one to leave off on.
Oh
Oh.
goodness.
We're at the 50-minute mark. I think we can wrap now.
That sounds good to me. Oh my God.
Pause, give yourself a shout out.
Hey guys, look in the description. It's got all of our links.
Yes. Where are we gonna find you,
Wow,
Pause?
that was like
What's your
super-
Twitter?
In the description, Cam's gonna put my Twitter. It's @Mariners. I'm not gonna bother spelling it out because it's in the description. And that's where you'll find me, in the description, in that link that says POS with a dash, and then it will
Yes.
have my Twitter at.
There you go.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob, give yourself a shout out.
Well, apparently you can find us in this damn description. What's the fucking point anymore?
I always have been able to. You always have. I've always had your hats in the description.
Welcome to
What's the
season
point?
2, where saying goodbye to everyone personally means fucking nothing. You know what?
Shout yourself out.
My shout
Okay,
out.
you're saying shout
I'm
out.
Rocklicker. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, wherever you want to find me. And obviously, if you don't listen to this, that's cool.
Link
Just
is
look at
down in the
look at
description.
Alright, link in the
guys.
description for all of our socials. We should just say a nice goodbye every time.
Pause.
Yeah.
Before Cam shows himself out, can you spell out his username for
Yeah,
me today?
pause. How do you spell my username?
M-E-T-A-L. There you go, guys.
Whoa,
That's
can
Cam.
you start it again?
You want M-E-T-A-L.
This is like a SpongeBob episode where it's the campfire song.
I hate it. Cam, can you
can
shout
find
your... Okay, I'm taking my
me
headphones
L-I-K-E-M-E-T-A-L.
off.
everywhere under
UNLIKEMETAL.
UNLIKEMETAL. That's on Twitter. That's on Twitch. That's on YouTube. I think that's probably everywhere. I'm also in the Discord and other Discords. Yes.
Are you
I
done?
do some editing as well, so I'm gonna link some of the channel I edit for down below. If you'd like to check that out,
In the
go
description.
ahead. It's all in the description, as Poss has so amazingly
Explicitly
pointed out.
said
Explicitly
many
pointed
a
out.
times.
Guys, you can find me
Uh,
at McWiggin.
Also, yeah,
yes, give
for our
Jack
fourth-
a follow.
For our fourth host that was not here today due to
He's taking a night off. He's taking a night off.
He's
you can
getting a
find him
haircut.
at twitch.tv/McWiggin or anywhere else at McWiggin TV.
Yes. Yes, go give Jack a follow.
Yeah,
And-
he's looking forward to what this future may bring, as we're in another year of a pandemic. Woo!
Thanks for listening, everybody, or watching. If you're watching on YouTube, we will catch you in 2 weeks
I'm
in
the
the year
only one.
2021.
I'm the only one
2021,
visual in this.
guys.
Just
Bye.
Bye.
see you guys later.
Thanks for listening. Today's episode was brought to you in affiliation with NordVPN. If you want to get 4 months free off Nord and save 68%, just go to https://www.nordvpn.com/NicheMemesPod Or use the coupon code NicheMemes at checkout to save 68% off and get 4 months free of NordVPN. Thank you for listening.